Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. Lots of transformations are made where we are at in the breakfast show. Always a good reminder that we stopped counting at 365 episodes. So I'm really excited for this morning's specific episode with myself and Miss Gia. Miss Gia broke her leg after 24 hours of taking possession of her. So she is a little bit of my baby. So yes, she is here. She's hanging out with us. She's super cute. If you're hopping on for the very first time and you have never been a part of an episode in the past, please drop new in the comments. I actually have a little bit of like a welcome packet for you that will help you learn as we go along through the series of the breakfast show exactly what I am referring to in regards to protein, fats, carbs, water intake, fiber, and I'll tell you a little bit about my background before we dive in. So I actually struggled tremendously. I have to be very careful what I say with Meta. Meta is social media. You can't really make claims and, talk about weight and all that fun jazz, but I was the girl who went from the, size 12 pants to the 13 to the 14 to going back down into a size 2. So I'm going to share that exactly with you, exactly what it is that I did, exactly the tips and tricks that I learned, and I turned down a prescription called metformin. Metformin is for prediabetes. I was not a pre-diabetic though. My doctor said, Michelle, this could actually help you lose weight. But let's put you on it. Let's see if it helps you lose weight. So I ended up saying no. I went all in with a guy named Dr. James. He is the creator and the author of The Obesity Fix. I'm sure you've heard of that book. I'm sure maybe you've listened to it or read it. If you haven't, please let this be the yellow flag of like, hey, I should probably get that Audible book. Like, get it on Amazon. Get the Audible app, put a note in your car. Every single time you're driving, if you tune into that book, you are gonna have so many holy crap aha moments. You're not even gonna know what to do with yourself. So, hi Deb, welcome. So get that book. After that book, I actually had recommendations that just kept popping up and popping up. So I've listened to 40 plus Audible books now. So that's how I have the knowledge that I have. I'm not an expert. I don't strive to be an expert. I just got back driving Bella to school. I listened to a chapter of a book. I'm going to share with you exactly what it is that I'm learning about biohacking hormones through the blood. Like the craziest, most amazing stuff ever. So we're getting ready right now. If you have questions, drop them below. We kind of just freestyle it now that we get ready together. I'm going to dive right in, but feel free to drop any questions. And again, if you are brand new, hi Tara, and you drop new in the comments, I will send you, it's a free protein guide. It helped me in so many ways. It's not my protein guide, and I will send it to you. And if you have any issues or you haven't gotten it or you're like, I want it, message me and I'll give it to you. But drop it below so I can send it to you. Okay? She needs to get comfortable, so hold on, please. Bear with me. She doesn't like her cast, right? Because again, she broke her leg on day 1 of having her. Jumping off that ottoman behind me, not even the couch, just the ottoman. So it's been a whirlwind. Good morning, friend. And now you're about to fall off my lap. Okay, lay down. Do you want to lay down? Okay, so I'm in Michigan. So let's dive in and let's talk. Okay, first and foremost, what does your typical morning look like? I just got off the phone with my twin sister and she's like, Michelle, I can't believe that I'm losing weight in perimenopause. Is it because I'm sweating so much? And I'm like, Heather, it's because you have cell activation finally for the first time in your life in literally a decade. So we were kind of raised like on foods and drinks like the ice water. Do you know the ice, like the sparkling ice where it's like pink and blue and green? Like that's the kind of stuff we used to drink. Diet this, diet that, add Mio to your water, have Crystal Light, get fat-free ranch. And in those foods, the number one tool that I want you to use that you're gonna fall in love with is called yucca. Okay, so YUKA. So we were putting a lot of additives in our body. I'm not sure if you're even familiar with this, but in that Yucca app, it tells you, hey, good morning, you got a new dog. Yeah, I did, Dad. And it broke its leg in 24 hours of having it. So it's been a whirlwind. So what you do is you have, it has additives, right? So there's additives inside of them. Additives are allowed in where we live, in the United States. Over in Europe, over in Australia, it's actually banned. So I have family over in Europe. My sister Brianna's married to someone, family in Europe, family in Norway. They are not allowed to have additives that we're allowed to in our food. They're actually banned. Hey, Gia, come. So we live in a country where there's free will, right? We have freedom, but we have to do our due diligence, right? We have to do our due diligence to know, hey, this is actually even inside of some organic food. So we have to do our homework 150%. Okay, so we have to be doing our homework. So how you're gonna do that app is super easy. If you eat something more than twice a week or use it on your face or have toothpaste, guess what you're gonna do? You're just gonna scan it on that app. It's free. At the very bottom, it tells you recommendations. So if you get a poor rating or a bad rating, it gives you at the bottom the recommendation of what to use to replace it. So just start replacing it, because these additives, they're heightening the risk of A1C. The Celsius drink leads to being overweight. It says it right in there from one of the additives. Also, it heightens A1C levels. It heightens glucose. It alters glucose levels. It altercates sperm altercation in men. So make sure you're using that app, okay? Your body cannot go into weight loss when it's literally in flight or fight mode. It can't. If anything, do you want to know what happens? You spike cortisol, you spike glucose levels, and your body takes your food and stores it as fat instead of using it as energy. That's what was happening to my twin sister. So if you are struggling, if you're like, oh my gosh, a lot of my food has literally had additives in it, you can do something called cell activation. You should not have to use a prescription for this. This is how I reached my goal of literally going from the size that I used to be before I even had Bella, and that took me 12 years to get there. So if you don't have that cocktail formula, drop cell activation in the comments. I have to be very careful with Meta. So you have to just comment below cell activation. I screenshot your name, I get in your inbox. If something cell activation is something that intrigues you, I need to ask 3 or 4 questions. Awesome. I can help you move forward in the process of cell activation with what formula is good for you. If it's not a good fit or you want to go somewhere where you have to get a prescription, do that as well. I've got so many people in my network now. I've got 450,000 followers on Instagram, 460,000 on Facebook, and 250,000 on Instagram. I introduce people to cell activation through not getting a prescription. We don't want that. We don't want to have to go on the phone. We don't want to have to go on a Zoom with a PA, an NP. We want cell activation. Once you reach your goal through cell activation, you get off of it, right? Those cells are activated again. I like to look at it as the more we have more, it's 80-20. Guys, you don't have to be perfect. You shouldn't be having to give up wine. You shouldn't be having to give up your favorite foods or desserts. It's getting the additives out of the foods. The food system is broken. So water intake, how much water? Yeah, you just have to drop in the comments the word cell activation and I can send it to you. I have to ask you like 4 questions. There's different formulas. It's a cocktail formula where it's not a one size fits all. So unfortunately, it's not a one size fits all. And if you're talking to someone who's telling you that, be very careful, okay? Yeah. So water intake, water is how the body burns fat. So we have to make sure that we're aware of this when we get to not only maintenance, but when we actually want to lose weight as well. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk a little bit about what water does. It goes through this process called lipolysis. Sounds just like liposuction, right? It only can go through that process if it has half of your weight in ounces. Hey, Sarah, I just screenshotted your name for cell activation. I'll reach out to you with about 3 questions. Be able to introduce you to the cell activation expert. It's just a video. You'll know within 3 minutes if it's a good fit for you and what formula you need. Sound like a good plan? So here's the deal with that. With the water, I was adding Mio and Crystal Light. Massive no-no. Drop in the comments what you're adding. I can try to look it up on the Yucca app. All you have to do is get that Yucca app. And if you add enhancers, guys, there's ones that are improved and there's some that are not approved. But if you're adding Mio and Crystal Light, I can tell you right now that I can guarantee with certainty that you are struggling to reach your goal. I guarantee it, even if it's obtaining muscle mass, okay? Even if it's obtaining muscle mass. So here's the deal. We want to make sure we're getting half of our weight. How do we do this? We do it through what is called the timer method. There's a methodology behind every 90 minutes, drinking 15 seconds worth of water. Easy peasy. Go on your phone really quick. Open up your phone, go to clock, go to timer, set a timer for 90 minutes, okay? When it goes off, drink for 15 seconds, repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse. You'll never forget. Otherwise, how the heck are you remembering? How are you possibly drinking half of your weight in ounces of water when you don't even have the timer set? So that's what you want to focus on, okay? So half of your weight in ounces of water. Something I do now is I add cucumbers or mints or lemons or limes. You can have a lot of fun with your water, a ton of fun. So also the timer method, chew a piece of gum, it'll quench your thirst, but you have to be careful. Is your gum Yucca approved? The Pure brand is really good, but I was talking to a gal who chews a lot of gum because it helps her from snacking. The number one ingredient was an additive that was causing her to become hungry. It was leading her to gain weight. It was destroying her gut and her microbiome. So again, if you're chewing something consistently, use the Yucca app, YUKA. It'll blow your mind, okay? Chewing gum, sometimes I add blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. You can decide what you want to add to your water to enhance it, whatever that looks like for you. I just know that I have fun. Watermelons, mangoes, mint leaves, peppermint leaves. The timer method is what saved me, but 46% of my results in the study that I was a part of, right, came from me getting half of my weight in ounces of water. Okay, all my coffee drinkers, if you drink coffee, otherwise I don't need to share it, drop a 1 in the comments. I'll share with you what to do about your coffee. No, you should not have to give up your coffee, and no one should be telling you to give up your coffee. But with coffee, it is a diuretic. So I work with a lot of people who love wine, and it's fine to have wine, but it is a diuretic. So we have to add that back in. So say I have a 10-ounce pour of wine. It's okay, but I have to add 10 ounces of water in on top of half of my weight, okay? So if you're confused, all you have to do is say, hey, Michelle, I weigh X. I drink Y. What should my water intake be? And I'll tell you the answer. And then we reverse engineer. How do we get to that in ounces of water? We wake up to a sticky note next to our bed. What does that sticky note say? It says water. We drink water before we have coffee. Your coffee has to be certified pesticide free, okay? 9 out of 10 times the coffees right now that coffee companies are doing are not pesticide free. They're making a lot of money off of people who are drinking coffee because pesticides are not only addictive, pesticides are what cause your body to increase glucose levels, increase cortisol levels, store fat in the body. So you do want to make sure there's brands out there you can do your research. I started with the brand called Rise, which I'm sure you've heard of, RYSE. I now use a nootropic blend, okay? I've always struggled ever since having a child. She's 11 with postpartum depression. Mine has L-theanine inside of it. It's got your cordyceps mushroom. It's got lion's mane, and it's got Ceylon cinnamon. I never knew regular cinnamon actually elevates kidney levels. Kidney levels. So if you want the coffee that I use, the video I would have you watch, it comes all the way over from Sicily. Drop coffee in the comments. I'll share that video with you. You can make that decision on your own, okay? It is the most delicious Colombian brew ever, Brenda. I love that they give you 30 days money back guaranteed. So you take it, empty the container, send it back. Don't even pay for shipping if you don't absolutely fall in love with it. Okay? I'm obsessed. Hey, can you stop eating my hair? Thank you. Yeah, obsessed. It's so good. I put almond milk. It already has the cinnamon inside of it. I froth it with a frother. I don't need anything else. I just get the unsweetened almond milk from Kirkland. I just make sure it's Yucca approved, right? Again, going back to that app, especially if we're using this more than twice a week. I'll send you, I screenshotted your name. I send you, Sarah, that video with the expert in the coffee, and then how it has the no crash clarity energy. Okay, and you feel it 150%. You know, you drink coffee, just like the girl that was at the doctor's office drinking Celsius. We think that we're drinking Celsius and it's accelerating our metabolism, the can says. That's called marketing tactics, okay? So when you drink Celsius, right when you go and scan it in that YUKA app, it's gonna tell you immediately that it leads to being overweight. There's a certain additive in it that leads to be overweight. They tested it in humans, they tested it in rats. Maybe not in the United States, maybe it was in Australia, maybe it was in Europe, but how lucky are we to have that information, okay? That's the kind of stuff that matters. As far as protein, here's a hack for you. If you're on for the first time and you didn't get my protein guide, it's free. Drop in the comments new and I will send it to you. I will make sure 150% that you get that guide. It has 50 high protein foods, okay? It's the guide where you're gonna look at it and go, holy crap, I didn't even realize that was a protein. Okay, but you have to realize something. When you go to the store, be for real with me. When you go to the market, are you purchasing cottage cheese that's on sale? Or are you scanning it with the Yucca app? I used to get the one that was 80 cents cheaper. Guess what happened? Had additives inside of it. Additives were what was holding me back from reaching my goal. Okay? So now I pay the extra 80 cents, I scan it in the Yucca app, and I get the one that doesn't have additives. You guys, literally, I take my iPhone with you guys and I've scanned really bad decisions, and you have seen the additives in it, and it tells you the high risk. You're talking about high risk of increasing heart disease. You're talking about high risk of increasing high cholesterol, high A1C, heart disease. So this isn't something that we're just laughing through life going, that chick is a freaking weirdo. This is like, hey, that chick shared valuable information that worked for her that freaking changed my life. Because every day someone's messaging me, Michelle, if I didn't come across that live video where you were putting on your eye mascara, I literally don't know where I would be today. I'm not even kidding you. The app is called YUKA. And guys, I'm not giving you a code. I'm not giving you anything. So no, they're not paying me any money for me to share this with you. But I will add on minutes to your life. So don't ever forget that. Okay? With protein, here's the hack. If you got anything from this video, I would make sure you understand this hack with certainty, that you become a pro with it. Are you ready for it? The hack is to look at the calories on the back. You're always going to see calories. You're always going to see protein. You're always going to see carbs. You're always going to see it in big bold. It's amazing. When you look at the calories, the only thing you want to do is you want to cover the last number. Okay, so let's do it together. We have something that has 120 calories, okay? We go to 120, we cover the last number. What are we left with? We see 12. That number you're left with is how many grams of protein there should be. Oh, did you just hear that mythology? Like, you go to the calories in bold, you cover the last number of calories. If it's 120, you have a 12, you go down to protein, is there 12? If there is not, you cut the serving size in half. So if it says a half a cup, you would have a fourth of a cup. You've got to start doing this every single time you eat, and let me tell you why. 150 grams of protein, it's 600 calories. 150 grams of fat, 1,350 calories. A fat is called a fat for a reason. If you have too much of a good thing, it's going to make you fat. If you have too much good cholesterol, it's going to give you high cholesterol. If you have too much of a healthy thing that's going to reduce your risk of heart disease, it's going to increase your risk of heart disease. So really there is something called too much of a good thing, okay? So your protein is your goal weight. How much do you weigh right now? What's your first goal? What's your first goal? That's the grams of protein you want to get. And like I said, my goal weight was 150. Okay, 150 grams of protein is 600 calories. It's definitely doable. I never missed a day. I use that protein guide that I told you. If you're new and you didn't get it, just drop in the comments new. I'll make sure that I send it to you, okay? I just gave you a tip. Now you know. If you're looking for protein bars and protein shakes, again, you have to make sure they're Yucca approved, because otherwise, what are we doing? We're adding something into our body that has additives, that's gonna spike cortisol, that's gonna spike insulin, and tell your body, hey, let's store this as fat, instead of using it right now on demand as energy or storing it as energy, okay? We have to be very careful with that. So that's the app that you're gonna use, and that's what you're gonna do. The bars I use, Kirkland brand, happen to be clean. They're clean, they're Yucca approved. Pure Protein is a 0 rating out of 100. Pure Protein has additives that are carcinogenic inside of it, okay? Why is this allowed? Enough of us don't know. We live in a country where we have freedom. So it's our responsibility to do our due diligence. We wanted freedom, but we never realized, oh my gosh, like this is actually allowed in our foods, okay? My husband was using canned chicken, and there's brands of canned chicken that heighten your EIC level. There's enough EIC in one can of chicken that you're supposed to be consuming total in 1 month. So again, we have to be very careful, okay? That's for that. So that's gonna help you tremendously, that app. You now know your grams of protein. And the last thing is your fiber intake, okay? Number one signs, I don't even have to tell you, I'll tell you what you should be having for fiber. Number one signs that you're deficit is you're bloated, inflammation, you don't go number 2 every day, you have foul smelling gas, and you have weird noises in the belly. Number one sign. Food goes through the intestinal tract. Food gets stuck in the intestinal tract. Why? Water deficit, fiber deficit, steps deficit. Think of all the food that you eat that goes through the intestinal tract. Your intestinal tract is not big. It's very swirly. So food becomes clogged. Food particles become left behind. When those food particles are left behind, what happens? Toxins and bacteria grow on them. That's what's causing the inflammation and the bloating. So when you get 25 grams of fiber, which is how much you're supposed to be getting, even just to maintain your current weight, you're gonna see a massive, massive, massive improvement to inflammation, bloating, irregular bowel movements, foul smelling gas, and weird noises. But don't add Metamucil. Metamucil has additives. It alters sperm multiplication in men. It heightens your chances of having diabetes, like literally. People have been using Metamucil every single freaking day and had no clue. So yes, we have to be very, 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 very careful, okay? Fiber, 10 grams in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, okay? 8 grams in your berries. So you know what berries are. You have blackberries, you have blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, 8 grams in 1 cup. Your green vegetables are 7 grams in 1 cup, okay? Or you can be like me and learn how to biohack the human body. I've listened to 40 plus Audible books. I came across the bread. The bread's called Carb-O-Not, okay? If you're driving right now, you know the word carb. You know how to put an O and then think nut, okay? N-A-U-T instead of there's an A in the middle. But if you were to Google Carb-O-Nut, it would come up. That bread has 40 calories in 1 slice. That bread has 15 grams of fiber. So guess what? I've learned how to biohack and be like, hey, I can have these Lily's gummy bears, 2 bags of them for 140 calories by literally getting 30 grams of fiber and 2 pieces of bread that are 80 calories. It's Yucca approved, it's clean. You might have to find it from a better food store, health food store. How about the Royo bagel on Amazon? Fiber is critical for weight loss, okay? These are the cheat codes to how you are gonna get massive results. It has to be Yucca approved. So again, Metamucil, throw it in the garbage. Most fibers that are high in fibers have fillers inside of them. Same with the greens. You guys know my Alive greens are the real deal, legit, like the dark green inside of it. Our soil has become depleted. So our fruits and our vegetables are now becoming a big thing to supplement with, but people are using capsules or fillers or grass. We don't want grass found inside of our greens. We don't want fillers. In order to make sure that a label isn't just marketing, this is the best green, this is the best collagen, you want to make sure it's certified. Clinicals, right? It's got clinicals, third-party validation, clean, and it literally is backed by science. Mine's called Alive, A-L-I-V-E. You cannot find it in a store. You can't find it in a billboard. You cannot find it anywhere on a commercial. If you drop green in the comment, I'll send you the video introducing you to the expert. She comes all the way over from Australia. It's very potent. It's very delicious. I even have my 11-year-old using our greens. You mix it with water. It's a very dark, dark green because of the source that it's coming from. You drink it in the morning. You look forward to it. I use it instantly to go number 2. So even if I eat fruits and vegetables that have been depleted the soil and I'm not getting those nutrients, now I am. Now I am. Now I'm the group certified fitness instructor who went from the mentality of you shouldn't be supplementing your fruits and vegetables to I saw what's happening to our soil depletion to, oh my gosh, every day I'm doing this. Tara, I took a picture of your name. I'll send you those greens. Okay. I literally every day got 6 cups total of fruits and veggies. I started using the greens, getting 1 scoop a day. I got better results with the greens than I did my raw fruits and veggies. I now only have fruits and veggies when I'm at parties or out to eat. I use my greens. I save money. And it's not because I want to supplement it or be lazy. It's because of the soil depletion. I want the antioxidants from our fruits and vegetables, and I need the nutrients. I feel night and day different. Okay. Yeah, just drop the word green in the comment and I'll introduce you to it. I don't ever share anything with people and just send them to a link because you should see and learn for yourself what's going on in the human body, right? What the source is coming from, why it's so much better than other sources out there. Like I had to learn the hard way. Why am I buying my freaking greens from the Target checkout? Like what company is making billions? All they have to do is put on the label best ever. You guys, it's not approved by the FDA. Your labels are not approved by the FDA. Jeannie, I took a picture of your name. I'll send you that greens video. So make sure you're open in your inbox or you're checking it out. Okay. Again, if anyone else wants that, make sure they drop it in the comments and I'll be sure to send it to you. Yeah. Drop a question in the comments below. Every time you guys drop a question, you get added into a funnel. I pull 3 names every single month at the end of the month. You win free stuff. I send it to you. It's cool stuff. It's stuff that people are like, what is that? Or I like your mascara. You don't use. So if you ask a question in the comments around where you're at right now and where you want to be, you automatically get entered. So if I were you, I would ask the questions. Tara, I'll send you the coffee video. Okay. It's a nootropic blend. It's a nootropic blend that has L-theanine. It has the cordyceps mushrooms, lion's mane, and Ceylon cinnamon. Elizabeth, I'll send you those greens. I just took a picture, okay? Yeah, but you're referring to cell activation. Cell activation is completely different. Cell activation is for the person who's been stuck in a rut, okay? Cell activation is for the person who goes and gets that Yucca app today and goes, holy crap, what I've been using is infested with additives and has a bad rating. Like, this is not good, okay? That's for the person. You guys, when you reach your goal, you get off of it. But I cannot just lead you. Someone's like, I want to order. I can't just lead you to a site because I don't know what cell activation that you actually need, right? It depends on, hey, what are your goals? Okay, this is your goal. Is that right? Okay, how long have you been trying to get there? Okay, what have you tried? How did it work? How did it not work? No one should just be giving you a prescription. A, you don't need a prescription for cell activation. B, you don't have to be on it forever. C, you're not going to put all of the results that you got back on. okay? But it just depends. I've got numerous. You guys see me take it every morning. I'm obsessed with cell activation. I was the person who struggled. 12 years, I didn't get back to my baby weight, guys, and I just did it in the last 6 months. All by being a part of, guess what? A story. Hey, can we put you in a case study? Can we put you on this and your husband? My husband's 54. Did you see Jeff? Down 30 pounds everywhere we go. What are you doing, Jeff? What are you doing? He gives them a 1-day supply of cell activation. They call me, they order a bottle every single time. There has not been one person that my husband has handed cell activation to that has not ordered it. But I will not share it with you unless you drop cell activation, because I need you to go through the questionnaire process to get the best cell activation for you, okay? I want you to be introduced to the cell activation expert and why it's the #1 route of why America is going to cell activation versus going to the doctors to be put on a prescription to get to their goals. I don't want the cheat code. I want you to have sustainable results. I want you to be able to go in your closet and say, hey, I'm no longer going from the big jeans to the small jeans to the big jeans to the, okay? Yeah, if you just drop cell activation, I'll screenshot it and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I always answer within 24 hours. So you always know that with me. I just screenshot your name, I'll get with you, I'll ask you questions and we'll go from there. So if you guys didn't go from the beginning to realize how much protein you need, how much water and how much fiber, make sure you come back and listen to this on replay. You're never gonna get results with anything, ever, unless you get the proper amount of water, fiber, and protein. And you might get results, but you're gonna go right back to where you started. And so maybe you're like, okay, well then I don't need this. Do you wanna speed up the process? Do you wanna feel good during the process? Do you wanna have energy? Then you probably should consider something, because you can speed up the, oh, did you burn your mouth on it? You can speed up the process, okay? You can feel better and have energy. And you can take cravings for sugar and salt and you can throw them in the garbage, because that was me, okay? Okay, so moving on. Yeah, that's all baby hair coming in, okay? You guys, I was getting mine from, drop a 1 if you know Home Goods. Drop a 1 if you've heard of Home Goods. Or you know of Home Goods. I was the girl who used to go to the checkout and I would get my, what's it called from there? My collagen. Or I'd go to Costco and I'd get my collagen. And then I listened to 40 plus Audible books and I came across and interviewed experts in the industry of collagen. There's always 3 questions I ask people, okay? So #1 would be, there's 5 types of collagen. Did you know that? Did you know that? Okay, you have type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5. You just learned something new, okay? The second question I would ask is it a liquid? Okay, collagen is something we stop producing at the age of 20, and each year after we lose 1%. We're losing 1% of the type 2 collagen. So we want to add type 2 collagen back in. Liquid is water soluble, meaning it's your best absorption. Okay. #3, okay, is it a type 2? We already talked about that. If you're 40 years old, it's not too late. If you're 80 years old, it's not too late. If you're 90 years old, it's not too late. Good morning, Carlene. Here's the deal. If you're 80, you've lost 60%. Where do we see this side effect? Hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles. Listen to this. Skin's elasticity, gut, gums, okay? So you can add it back in. So write this down. You want water soluble, liquid, refrigerated. #2, type 2 collagen is the best you can add in. There's companies that are out there creating, thank you. There's companies out there creating type 5 collagen as the last ingredient to make a buck off you. Costs them $1 to make it. They sell it for $40. Guys, that's a really big return on investment. I was using hyaluronic acid. Do you see next to my face this huge, massive scar going into my lip? Hyaluronic acid gave me skin cancer. You have to be careful, because whatever you're putting on your skin, what you're brushing your teeth with, it's going into the bloodstream. Get the Yucca app, YUKA. Scan it. If you know, then you know. So I stopped using hyaluronic acid. Write this down to pick up from the market. Organic, tremella, mushroom. It mimics hyaluronic acid. Isn't that insane? And if you do want to get a fat burner, say that you've stalled your metabolism and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm using the Yucca app. All my food and my toothpaste, my mouthwash all came back with a bad rating. Listen, when you do cell activation, it regenerates every cell. For full spectrum, you need a 90-day supply. It's just like people who are on Wellbutrin. Hey, just so you know, it's not going to give you your full potency. Give it 6 to 12 weeks. It takes 12 weeks for full spectrum. That means the full spectrum of like literally it activating every single cell. It could be the fat cells. We don't know that process has been done. Okay. The collagen that I would recommend, mine has all of it. It's a liquid, water soluble, type 2 collagen, medical grade, proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, clean. Organic tremella mushrooms already in the formula, the dose you get every day. And it's got the fat burner called the Morosil from Italy. The only fat burner that's patent in the United States of America. 94% of consumers who use it for 12 weeks drop fat, body composition, pounds go down. And lastly, you also have fenugreek, which supports the gut lining. So my collagen is 4 supplements in one. It comes in chocolate mint or chocolate raspberry. If you want the video with the collagen expert, drop mint or drop raspberry, and I will send you that video. Okay? It's 1 tablespoon a day. It goes in the refrigerator. There's no soy, there's no dairy, there's no gluten, there is no caffeine. So people that have gastric sleeve, people who are fighting cancer, people who are on medication for blood pressure, synthitis, they're on it for their thyroid, they're using this. And the positive benefits that they're seeing is, the hair, the skin, the nails, the joints, the muscles, the wrinkles, the skin's elasticity, and the gut support. The biggest is reversing and biohacking the what? Aging process. Not just your skin. Who gives a crap about your face? Who cares about your arms? What about each internally? What about your joints? What about all the studies of the runners who have their bones running against joints and joints and joints? They're rubbing against each other. Oh, wow, they add in a collagen? The person that does that doesn't have that. Why? You guys have to know that you're deficit in this at the age of 20. That's the only supplement I would ever say to anyone I've ever met. Hello, you should be using a type 2 collagen. That's the only supplement. Otherwise, if you want to reach your goals without a supplement, yes, it is possible. Okay? If you were like, Michelle, I want to speed the process up. Michelle, I have awful cravings. Then that's when I would literally take you in and be like, okay, we're going to do cell activation until you reach your results, and then we'll take you off of it. Kim, I will send you that collagen video. I screenshotted your name. And if it's a good fit, awesome. If it's not, there's no big deal. Right now, though, it is $40 off. How do I know that? I went to the site this morning to stock up. It's how I got rid of my fake eyelashes. I don't use fake eyelashes anymore. My eyelashes touch the top of my eyelids, right? I pay an extra 80 cents a day, guys, for the one that was at TJ Maxx. I pay an extra 67 cents a day versus the one that was at Costco. We're not talking about a huge gap in pricing, okay? And if you saw the additives that were in what you're using in the fillers, you probably would never use it again anyways. Okay, my dog broke its arm within 24 hours of having it. So if you have to come up with the frickin' money for something, you're going to come up with it when you realize it's going to solve a solution and get rid of pain points that you're going through. The only reason why you're not dropping in the comments cell activation or collagen or the flavor that you want is because you don't have enough information to how this is going to solve the issue that you're facing right now. And if you are skeptical, you've always been skeptical. You, when you go to order products, are always skeptical. You, when you go to order products, are always like, I have to think about it. That's something that's not new in your life. That's how you've made decisions. So you can either change that or you can continue to follow along. And what I say is the price of getting started today is going to cost you more if you don't. You're going to come back in 6 months and be like, she was right. Now I'm going to order. Now you have 6 months of more aging, more sunspots, more skin's elasticity that's saggy. You might have put more weight on. That's why. Yeah, just drop collagen in the comments. I'll send you the video. Cell activation, I have to ask you 4 questions to see what's a good fit for you. Drop cell activation or cocktail in the comments and I'll give it to you. Any questions as of now? I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to get upstairs, go downstairs in a minute because I'm going to actually take my nitro. Nitro is a hydrogen water. If you do one thing, follow Gary Brecka today. He's got 4 million followers. Okay? Hydrogen added to the water. What exactly does it do? Expands blood vessels for 10 hours, 10 times. Wow. My twin sister just called me and told me that perimenopause has her dropping weight. Deanne, I screenshotted your name. I'll send you the cell activation information. It's a video. If it's a good fit, you'll know within 3 minutes. I'm like, wow, Heather. She goes, I think it's because of all my sweating. I go, Heather, it's because you're adding hydrogen into your body. Did you know every single day it's my dying desire to walk up to someone and gift them a nitro? Did you know there has not been one time that I have gifted a nitro where the person hasn't texted me and said, hey, I ordered this, but I don't want to wait 3 days for it to come in the mail. Can I please have a few from you and I'll pay you? Does that tell you something? Hydrogen in a tablet is a big no-no. Throw it away. Crystallization, massive amounts of what? Not only potency, absorption. Dilates the blood vessels 10 hours. Brain fog, gone. Performance and recovery in the gym, you just 10x'd it. You just made workouts easier. Blood pressure, that's high, you just lowered it. Headaches hormonally or headaches anyways, you just lowered it. You have more blood flow flowing to every area in your body through hydrogen. Hydrogen in the body has a compound effect with nitric oxide. Nitric oxide's in the body. So hydrogen in your water every day is something that literally can improve the quality of energy, performance, recovery, right? Your blood pressure, your headaches, but it needs to come in crystallization, okay? Drop in the comments hydrogen. I'll share with you what hydrogen does eternally in the body and the evolution of it in the body, okay? If you love it, you'll see there's a little thing for you that you can get this specific one. Mine, again, clean. You guys have to get the app YUKA. If there's additives, poor or bad rating, we have to replace it with the bottom, the recommendation that's a good fit. Additives in foods heighten cortisol, heighten glucose levels. Tells your body to take food and just store it in fat pockets instead of using it as energy. Yeah, just drop the word hydrogen in the comments. There's black cherry, lemon, lime, or grape. The rest are sold out. It's sold out. Yep. I mix it in my water. I get the cans because I'm usually on the go or traveling. You mix it in your water, it comes in clear. All of a sudden it turns this bright yellow color, infused in 5 minutes. You drink it. Once you drink it, it's activated for 10 hours. You feel it instantly. It's like this switch went on. It reminds me of putting on a pair of glasses and being able to see better. I'm on it right now. I replaced Celsius. Celsius was $5 a day. It has ingredients and additives in it that lead to being overweight. It heightens A1C levels and it heightens your chances of type 2 diabetes. I replaced that with hydrogen and saved more money. Yep, every single day. I have no perimenopause symptoms anymore. I can't make claims. I have to be very careful. If you want the video, drop hydrogen, I'll send it. Meta is very strict, okay? So any questions in regards to any of that? Kim, I'm going to screenshot your name right now and I'm going to send you that hydrogen water. Yeah, you guys have seen it on all my videos. Yeah. Okay, any questions? So if you guys drop a question now, I'll do a Q&A with you. I'll answer and I'll add you to the giveaway for a chance to win. I have 3 winners every month. I add you to every time anyone asks a question, but you have to ask it. I'll share with you anything that's related to workouts, anything that's related to muscle, weight loss, energy, hormones. So drop in the question. I'll lead you to the tool. I'll give you the free information. Like I could tell you where I get my workouts for free, but only if you ask. The puppy's sleeping. Oh, never mind. She fell off she jumped off the ottoman. She was playing with the dogs. And she's a Italian greyhound, and she broke her front leg. Oh, within 24 hours of having her. And I drove to Indiana to get her, and on my way home, I ran out of gas. Stuck on the side of the freeway. Yeah, so it's been a whirlwind. But hey, go get the book, The Obesity Fix. And I encourage you, literally, if you listen to that book, The Obesity Fix, and then you get the book that comes up as a recommendation after you finish it, I guarantee you that all your dreams and all the information you've been missing or lacking to reach your goals, you will now have. And I say that with like certainty. Certainty. Okay? Okay, so if you guys aren't going to ask any questions, I am going to hop off. So maybe I'll give you a couple minutes just in case you are typing. I need to get my nails done. Yeah, it's even what I use for my toothpaste, right? I need to go brush my teeth actually right now. So let me grab what I use. It's the Hello brand. Oh, sorry, it's Tom's. Tom's. Okay? You should get, everyone's like, why are your teeth so white? Guys, this is the Tom's Whitening Wake Up Brush Teeth Make Change. Anti-plaque whitening. And then you have to get a toothbrush that's timed 2 minutes on top, 2 minutes on bottom. How can I boat my metabolism? Anyone can drink hydrogen water. Anyone. So how can I boost? Genie, it's going to boost through cell activation. Did you drop cell activation? It's going to boost through hydrogen water. It's going to boost through the collagen because it has a fat burner in it. It's the only fat burner in the United States that is patented. 94% of people. Good question. This is the mouthwash that I use. It's Hello as well. See? It's Hello. You squish 20 times. Okay, any questions, guys? Hi, Kimber. What's up? We just got ready together. We talked a lot about cell activation, biohacking the human body. I'm going to put some clothes on. I'll be right back. Here, Gia. Gia. What? Ellie? And I will make room for you to do whatever you want to. If you guys don't have questions, I'm gonna hop off. Go answer all my questions in my inbox because I had like 120 unread this morning. Okay, any other questions, guys? Oh, look at that, my timer just went off. Drink 20 seconds worth of water. Set that timer, right? Every 90 minutes. Hi, Pupper Jack. Hi, Pupper. Oh my God, I hit my elbow so hard. Oh, is it bruised? Yeah, it is bruised a little bit. And I will make room for you to do whatever you want to. To do whatever you want to. And I will make room for you. What are you guys doing today? You guys are quiet. Okay, I'm hopping off. I'll see you in my inbox.